everyone. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Today, I want to get on and talk about why it's so important to feel your feelings. And the reason I say this is because I know that there's lots of ways that we escape from having to feel what we are feeling or what we are needing to feel. And so it's very easy to pick up your phone or, watch your shows or play a game or whatever, or even, do other things that are going to take you away from that feeling. And, there's times when maybe that's beneficial, right? I'm not going to lie. Like, there's times when maybe you're just doing that to survive and get through the day, and you're just hanging on by a thread. And the thing is that over time, though, if you keep doing that and you keep evading your feelings and you keep sort of trying to escape them, they are going to manifest, right? So I went to bed the other night with a headache, and I did some stuff to relieve it, and just thought, maybe a good night's sleep will really help, and woke up with the same headache, and it just was getting worse, even though I was treating it. And I was getting the little, you know, dots and stuff, like the floating stuff, and so um, I knew that I had to clear my calendar. Like, I had to just really um, clear my day of anything that was going to be, take energy from me. And then it wasn't just that I gave myself the necessary rest that I needed, because that's helpful. And sometimes that's really what your body's trying to tell you is like, slow down, rest, take a break, take a breath. Right? Sometimes your body will send you a message, and you might not get it the first go round, and you might ignore it, and you might try to just push on through, and then your body will be like, no, you really need to rest. But then other times, because we need to, understand and recognize that our emotions get stored in our body as well as energy, and can cause all kinds of imbalances through our body. So that the message might not just be, hey, slow down, take a rest. It could be, hey, you need to pay attention to these emotions. And what I was feeling a lot yesterday was sort of this weepy kind of, like, teary feeling, where I knew that some sadness, or the tears at least, whatever they represented, needed to come out. And I needed to be with that, whatever it was. And, I can't pinpoint any one thing, like, oh, this is why I was feeling this way. It's just, I think emotionally, that it had kind of reached a point where it was like, okay, I really just need to feel these feelings. And so throughout the day, I was not only, giving myself lots and lots of rest, but I was also taking time to sit quietly and meditation, and just kind of bring some awareness to what was going on inside of my body, and then just allowing that to be, right? And just being okay with that. And so through the course of the day, what I came to recognize is that all of it was sort of connected: the headache and the weepiness, and the feelings of sadness that needed to come out. And once I was able to allow that to happen without sort of trying to judge it or change it in any kind of way, it was just kind of, this is what I'm feeling, and it's okay that I'm feeling this, and I'm allowing for it to happen, and I'm just going to sit with it. And so, sometimes you can sit with it and it becomes overwhelming. And in that case, maybe you need to back off for a little bit and then approach it again. But, like, it's important that you approach it from, feet planted on the ground, feeling, somewhat safe in your environment. So, I set the stage by letting people in my life know that I was, needing this time to do this work. I set my room up in such a way that it felt very nurturing, I spent some time out in my gazebo, which is very nurturing. So I did set the intention for me to be able to feel these feelings in a way that was still safe, or that I created the safety for me to be able to feel those feelings. And if you don't have that safety, then it can be overwhelming to allow yourself to feel those feelings. And that's where therapy can be really helpful, right? Because it can create that container, that safety for you to be able to process your feelings. So, it sounds like this is, she just sits and meditates and everything goes, everything's perfect and la-di-da. And it's like, no, that's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is that due to the fact that I've done some therapy and I've kind of gotten to a place where I can feel grounded within myself, and I can also create an environment around me that's grounding and safe. And in those circumstances, I'm able to allow myself to feel those feelings. But without those, feelings of safety inside and outside, I wouldn't be able to have those experiences that I'm able to have now, right? So I hope that makes sense. That I'm not suggesting that it's easy for you to sit in your feelings. Excuse me. And I'm not suggesting that it's for everyone all the time. I'm suggesting that depending on where you are in your healing journey, being able to allow yourself that can be deeply healing. But maybe you're at a place where you're thinking, that's not accessible to me. I can't do that. It doesn't work for me. I've tried it. I can't settle in. It feels like too much. Too much comes up and I don't know how to manage it. And then I spiral. And these are all legitimate things that happen to lots of people, even people who have been practicing meditation for years, right? So that what that tells you when you're experiencing that, when you do try to sit with your feelings, is that I need some help. I need a container. I need some safety. And I need it to be in relationship with someone else who can provide that for me, or the environment needs to be a different environment, right? So when we get to that sort of place and acknowledgement of that's where I'm at. Okay, that's why it makes sense that whenever I try to sit and meditate or do these guided meditations or whatever, that it feels dysregulating, it feels uncomfortable. And, uncomfortable is not always a bad thing, but, there's a broad range, right? So it's just like when we're practicing yoga, we talk about finding that edge. The edge is that place where you're aware of what's going on inside of your body. You know that it feels like more than what you're used to because you're moving your body in different ways, and you're stretching and elongating muscles and whatnot, and that you're finding that place where you feel a really great stretch, but it's not pain, right? So there's that difference. So, and that really deep stretch can feel uncomfortable, but there's a difference between uncomfortable and pain. And often people will move into that place of pain and not know how to manage it. And especially if they're doing a practice alone and they're not really recognizing, they're not listening to their bodies or whatever, they're escaping, right? Their mind is going elsewhere, and they might go into these places of pain and do real damage. So, if you continuously sit in your pain and it feels overwhelming, over time, that damage is cumulative, right? So that it's not healing, it's not helpful, it's just kind of chipping away at your overall health, right? So if you can look at it in that same way, that when we're sitting in pain all the time and we have no real place to put that, or no way to process it or understand it, or find a way to integrate that, that over time that's just it's gonna wear down our overall well-being. So I just wanted to share this with you to let you know that sitting with your feelings doesn't necessarily have to be pain, but if it is pain, then that's when you need to really, look for some resources, right? Find someone who can help you, guide you through that. Just like you would seek out, like, when I was practicing yoga, there was times when I was practicing my own practice, and the times that I was seeking out other teachers were because there was something that I was realizing that I needed to learn more. Either it was about the practice itself or my body, or yeah, there was something that I felt like, okay, there's something I'm needing right now that I'm not getting from my individual private practice, my own practice. So, I sought out teachers, and I do that in all aspects of my life, right? If I need help figuring out how to become more financially stable, I'm going to seek out someone who's in that industry, who's, an expert in their field, and I'm going to ask for help, right? So it's the same thing. If you feel like sitting with your feelings is really, really challenging, then seeking out the help of someone who can either help you to unravel what's keeping you from feeling grounded and balanced and safe within you. And also it could help to create that container like I talked about. So I hope this helps, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks for joining me. Namaste.